Okay. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. We are back together. Fantastic. So I was saying that recently, myself and my team members in at SynthAnalytics, we have a team of in-app analysts, and then what the team of in-app analysts does is that they work with companies. The companies we are partnering with at the moment, we work with them to get their data analysis and like. And then we are looking for a way to actually make life easy for business owners. We are looking for a way to make life easy for business owners. And then we started from the catwalk. And then during one of our research, we saw the fact that a lot of things can actually even be done on the Zen, much more than we are even explaining at the moment, which is the truth. A lot of things can be done on the Zen, more than what we are explaining at the moment. When again, so don't worry, possibly one of these days we have taken another person for business owner. We have a kind of demo of one of our products, and then maybe even give that for free. Maybe we can work out for one of those days. So, but then it's just what we are able to, what I was able to recognize, to discover during the journey, the fact that Excel is actually unlimited in a way. Like you can actually, the quantity of Excel we have been putting for the past 2 days now, they are actually just tip of the iceberg. That's what they are just tip. However, this tip, as not as it is a tip of the iceberg, if your foundation is not well laid with this tip, the tip is, in fact, when you get to the complex stuff, it will be very difficult for you to navigate through. So, whether it is a tip, whether it is the dessert, whether the appetizer, whether it is the main dish, the something that you have to practice whatsoever that you are learning in class. You have to practice it, make use of it, and then over time you create so that you can also write a story and say, in the next 5 years, say, I started my exam journey in the last 5 years, and over the years I have grown. That's the testimony. And then in our last class, we started the journey so far just with our Excel fundamental. So where we did our introduction to Excel and interface, we did our basic calculations and formulas. Also, we did our understanding Excel, cells, rows, and columns. Just like I said, we did many ceremony for ourselves. We did many ceremony for ourselves. Then also we did a little bit on data entry and editing techniques. That was when we looked at our copy, we looked at our paste, and we looked at our border, we look at some of these techniques. So that's one area of the one. For our day two, yesterday, we worked on some data manipulation and formatting. We worked on data manipulation and formatting. That was where I talked about the wrapping of text, the margin of text. We were able to import our comma separated value, CSV file, into our Excel. We add it as a text on our notebook. We had it as a test on our notebook, and then we are able to import it on our Excel. And after importing it, we did what? We ensure that they align in the same rows and in columns. We're talking about our Excel. Excel only accommodates structured data, rows and columns, rows and columns. After that, yesterday we also looked at our filtering and our sorting yesterday. And then I use the word that if you want to have a quick look in the data set, what is happening on the data set, you can actually filter orders away. You can filter orders away, and then you can easily see, this is information about this particular sector, this can bring up sector. And also sorting yesterday, I mentioned that you can sort either in ascending order or descending order. The ascending order is from whether from your smallest to your largest, or from your largest to your smallest. So your ascending order is smallest to largest ascending. You are climbing up. So that is smallest to largest. That can actually be very confusing at times. I was in a session with a student earlier today, and then I was using SQL. I was training the students on SQL, and then I got to other guy. I was like, other guy, descending, ascending, descending and ascending. At times, when you look at the ladder, you know that you are ascending the ladder. So you are coming from the lowest point to the highest point. You are descending from up down. So at least that you're actually explaining. So your sorting is actually from it can either be ascending order or descending order. So yesterday also we talked a little bit about our conditional formatting. That was where we stopped yesterday, and I said I was looking from yesterday. So I gave us an assignment yesterday, which I doubt anyone was really had on. Who wants to put me wrong? Is there anyone that wants to put me wrong? If you lay hand on the assignment I gave yesterday, this is an emoji. Let me see. Use an emoji. Let me see the video that will use an emoji. Hey, I can see someone's hand up. I can see Mr. Yelawa hands up. Wow. Okay, who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? You laid your hand on the assignment, the conditional formatting assignment that we did yesterday. You just did edit something on it. Even if just 5 minutes, just use an emoji. So out of the multitude we have in class, out of the multitude we have in class, we have just one person. Wow. Okay, that is the way anyway. If I mentioned it yesterday that during the boot camp, during the boot camp, if you are given an assignment during the boot camp and then you are able to do it, the tip is you have to direct access to it. Just submit the assignment in my DM. If you need my personal DM, just ask any of the admin for my personal DM. You can have access to my. I will help you to get your assignment for free. So if we are not asking you to pay for the training, actually, we are not saying to pay for the training. But then throughout the week camp, we have tomorrow and next tomorrow left for this camp. If you are doing any assignment throughout the week camp, we have a quick check with me. I will help you to check it. If I need to correct anything with you, I will correct it with you. If I need to do anything with you, I will do it with you. And then you can, from there, I believe that at the end of this camp, the new knowledge that we need to get from our bootcamp, it can actually go to something very big. That's the truth. It can actually go to something very big. The truth is, everybody that is doing great in any field at the moment, anybody that is doing great in any field at the moment, they all started from somewhere. And then what they were able to do is that they were consistent about it. They maintain consistency about it. And then over time, the assignment, the day they felt like, which level can I do? Or the day that people, maybe their mentor talk to them, like, what's the meaning of all this show? Go and start all the way. Let me share. Let me just a derivation, a little bit of derivation anyway. Let me share to my personal experience. In 2020, in 2020, yeah, so in the year 2020, as part of my learning, I wanted to learn graphics design. I wanted to learn graphic design. I learned graphic design. If in case you've had this guy before, document design. Document design is my mentor in graphic design. I paid for his class and I jumped for the class and then we started designing. And then after our training, anytime you do any design, you send it to the group page so that people can, we call it C and C, criticize and correct. That is our C and C, criticize and correct. And then the worst word you can hear from that man is the design. You just say you design without iota of any emotion or telling work on this, work on this. No, you just say you design. So the design simply means that the design is not good enough. So and it's not worthy to be seen outside. So but then those stage is part of our learning curve. It's part of the learning process, and it's something that we all actually must have to. So our introduction to charts and graph, we are unable to look at it yesterday. So we will pick this guy up today. So we are going to start from our conditional formatting today. We are going to start from our conditional formatting today. Our conditional formatting, this guy, we are going to start from our conditional formatting today. And then after our conditional formatting, we are going to talk about our pivot table. After we're going to talk about our pivot table. After talking about our pivot table, then we are going to come back to this chart and graph. Chart and graph. We are going to come back to chart and graph. So after discussing about chart and graph, then we can now look at the aspect of today is actually very simple or straightforward. Just this. We are looking at just this for today. So just understanding shared references. I've mentioned that in class before. Just want to start an understanding of it. Shared reference. Another thing, another of us in class, if you have a doctor that you have been making one or two things down for fire class, you and them, let me see. If you have a doctor, you have been talking things down before. You have been saying, okay, I learned this in class today. Oh wow, that's fantastic. Kudos to you guys. Kudos to you guys. Okay, so we are going to talk about our we are going to talk about understanding search and referencing. So in class before, I've mentioned that we have three types of referencing. So I'm going to do that. And then please remind me, your assignments, the assignment I will give you today is a very simple assignment. But then I know that people that are not stimulated to attend this school like us, don't mind me, that's what we're doing. They might not be able to do multiplier 22. I don't know if you understand multiplier 22. Why we're in primary school, that was 21 or 22. The first thing you do in the morning is multiply the whole 2 times 2, 4, 2 times from the beginning to the end, and you need to measure the 12. The criteria then was that you cannot recite it from Muslim to Muslim to Muslim to Muslim, you will not sit down. So people that are able to recite it, they will sit down in class, at least for some while. So, but then, the truth is, some of those things actually help us. And then we are going to also be working on what we call multiplication table, and then we'll be using it to teach ourselves about reference. We'll be using it to teach ourselves about referencing. So, without much ado, let me- please, if you can see my screen, please use an emoji. I'm trying to see my feedback. Can you see my screen? Can you get to my screen? Okay, you can see my screen. Wow. Okay, so that means that it's from my own English. I cannot see my own screen. Okay. That's fine there. That's fine there. So we are going to look at our self-referencing. I'll be putting you 3 types of self-referencing. By the time we get there, in case I forget, just remind me. We are going to do some popular functions on Excel. But if time permits us, I will say very well on this guy, this statement. This one is one of our logical statements. And I promise you that I will teach you about naming rings. Naming rings is something I can teach you within 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah, name rings. Something I can teach you within 2 or 3 minutes. I want to ensure that I fulfill all my promise I have for you guys in this class. So anytime I'm promising you anything before in class, I always, as much as possible, just try to include it in the next class so that I will not owe you guys anything. Oh no, man, nothing. Let's get on our Excel sheet. Let's get on our Excel sheet. If you can see my Excel sheet, please, you can use an emoji. You can see my Excel sheet. This is the sheet we worked on yesterday. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so this is the sheet we worked on yesterday. And then on this sheet, we started looking at how to bring this guy. We are started looking at how to bring this guy to this place. So let me see if I will get if I will get my notepad very fast. If I get my notepad very fast. My notepad. Yeah, so Bootcamp. So we add this guy like this, very rough data set, very rough. We had this guy like this, and we were able to bring this guy from this place. We are able to transform it up to this point. We are able to move it from there. When you are doing your before, after, what the order for, what you got. So this is what we order for this time around. And SynthAnalytics at effort, we are putting something more fantastic, something more presentable. So this is what we got. And then from here, we want to quickly talk about conditional formatting, and I'll be using this guy to teach you how to use pivot table. When you're talking about conditional formatting, I'll be using this guy to teach you what is called pivot table. So let's get into that. So let me format this. Let me clear all. Okay. On our pivot table, let's quickly create data sets. Let me do one of the things I always do. Let's quickly create a data set. Let's say state. So that as I'm creating this data set, you still get to know something. So I will still do name again so that we will not be taking ourselves with name. So I'll still this name. I'll still this name again. We'll do this all this. We'll turn that way. But Control C, I want to put it here. Control C. Yeah. Okay. So Control C. Don't worry about that. So let's say student name. Let's say first name. That is the number. First name. So let's say we have course, mathematics, don't worry about the first I'm taking there. English. Let's say you are a science student, chemistry, we have biology. Let's say we have geography. Let's say we have agricultural science. Don't mind me. There are something that I can't forget. Let me Yoruba, and I could just I can't forget. I can remember when I was in middle school. I attended my first BC when I was in middle school. The only thing that I passed was Agric and Yoruba. I think I had victory in Yoruba, and maybe I had victory in Agric also. Like, yeah, Agric Yoruba. You should understand like that now. I just like, oh, so I could just go and do all this local traditional stuff. But then, don't mind. I can't forget these two guys. So we have these guys. So I want to rewrite this. I want to rewrite this. I want to rewrite this. So let's use one of our functions on a verb. There's something called orientation on a verb. This guy over here, okay, orientation. I want to change the orientation of this guy so that it looks like the normal report card. If you have ever gotten a report card before, so it will look like a normal report card. So I want to change the orientation of this. I want to do it like this. Pascal, no, I don't want this. Right? I want to, yeah, not bad. But then I can get something better. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine for me. So I can have this and then I can close up some of the space. Yeah. So I'm able to make my space more compact. So here I can have insert. I can have mark mark obtainable here. Mark obtainable. This your report card in case you're a teacher and then you're trying to set a report card for your students. Yeah. So I don't need to do that like this. For me, this just maintain the normalization. Mark obtainable. Let's do this one right. Yeah, so we are going to have this again. Yeah. So keep our mark obtainable here. So we have 100. So we can have our total mark obtainable equal to. I can do I've taught you shortcut. So I'm doing equal alt equals to, I see. I press alt equal to on my keyboard and automatically it fits this guy instead. So I can do enter. So the total mark you can have on this guy is 700. So we want to generate marks for all these guys. We don't really have the time. So let's put one thing equal to random between top and bottom. I want to make the lowest score in my class. I want it to be 45. I want my student to pass, and then the highest score in my class. I want it to be 95, so that nobody will react 100. So this 51, this higher 61. So I can do this. I can fill this one to the right, and then I can fill down. Can you see? I've been able to populate this very fast, very fast. So I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can complete two, and then I can take the value. I can take value. With this, I have form as value inter. So you can this addition just do fill down again so that everybody can know they can have their total score. So I want us to follow the but then I don't want to follow to be too loud so that the thing because let's follow this something 5% strict, not bad. So these are total score for each one of them. Now you are asked formula. What is the highest score in class? What is the lowest score? Lowest score. What is the average score? So this is how they calculate your average. If your score calculate average in the report card, this is how they calculate average. So you want to calculate all this. So you want to get the highest score. So you can do equals to maximum, that is your highest, maximum, then you pick from here to this guy. You pick all your total scores for all your students, then click on your enter. And you see the guy with the highest score in class is has 547. So this is your first position. This is your first position. Who has the last position? Equal to minimum. Let's do our minimum. Minimum. The same process. Pick this guy. Let's go up, come down. Okay. Enter. So we have our minimum. The minimum in our class is 422. 422. That's the minimum we have. So what about our average score? So that we can see the average. So we can do your average. So what is the definition of average? In your school, again, if you went to primary school, secondary school, your average, they will see that your average is equal to sum of your values divided by count of your values. Values. What do I mean by that? Assuming you're given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. and they're asking that what's the average of this? What's the average of this? So if you really do equal to sum, sum of these, what is sum? You add all these guys together, that is 21. Then you now count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 6. That is equal to 21 divided by 6. So this is your average. That's the normal formula for average. However, you can't be using formula on Excel. You want to make life easier for ourselves. How can we do that? Excel will do this for us. So I can do the same thing. This our answer is 3.5. So let's do average. Equal to average. Let's test if our answer is correct. Average of what? This guy. And click on enter. Can you see? 3.5. 3.5. Excel is not wrong. So we can always trust Excel when it comes to our calculation. So equal to average score in our class. Average score in our class is this. So click this. So the average score we have is 489.65. 489.65. That's our average score. That's our average score. That's not bad. So now we know that the highest score is 54. We know that the lowest score is 423. Who has the highest score in our class? If your students, for example, if you are teaching in a public school and you have one age, one day, that you have about 100 people in each class, that's about 400 students that only you have, now you are from. And then you have to pick the first position, second position, and third position in all these classes. How can we do all these things? So let's come over here, let's put this guy, and then control shift down to pick everything. If you want to do your control shift down, you can come here, click on this, and then come down. But I just log it to the faster. That's why I press control shift down. Same thing. I can go to my conditional formatting. Your conditional formatting helps you to highlight things very fast. Your conditional formatting helps you to highlight things very fast. It is a pointer. It is a pointer. It points your attention to something, to things happening on your data set. So now we want to see the students that have the highest mark in class. We already know the highest score. So let's say I like sales rule. Let's say equals to what? I can come and pick here. Yeah, this is our highest score. I can say equals to this, and I want to change this guy to green so that it will not be, green always looks like they are not that fast. So let's click OK. Can you see? Let's look for green color. Let's see. Can you see this guy? Admin. This is the person with the highest score in the class. If they are 3, every one of them will be highlighted with that green. The same thing for the lowest score. Let's do for the lowest score also. Let's do for the lowest score also. So we pick this, we come back over here, highlight cell do, equal to, let's go and pick our lowest. Equal to lowest. This guy over here, and then red. So let's go and look at the person that has the lowest. And if this guy, this Carlo. Hope there's no this in our class today. So that you won't be taking the other day. So then, if this Carlo has the lowest score with what we can see over here. So your conditional formatting allows you to actually look at what is happening on your data set easily. So now let's assume we want to see the first 3. Maybe the highest student in class, or maybe the highest ranking guys in class. There's another function for that. Come over here, top and bottom rules. You can see your bottom and bottom. Over here we have different rules. If you are looking for student that has over 400, you can apply it. You are looking for people that have below 400, you can apply it. You are looking for people that have between a range of number, you can apply it. You can have people for a specific number, you can apply it. If you are working on text, this guy text, and you want to look at people that maybe their name begins with A, or their name is A, their name is B, and the like, you want to talk about them, you can use this. If you want to check dates, you can check it here. If you want to look at specific value, possibly you want to see values that are repetitive. When most times is this guy in data analysis. This guy is one of the guys we make use of when we are doing our data cleaning in data analysis. Because it helps us to spot some error on our data. It helps us to spot some error very fast on our data. If you are taking course like Google Project Management, Google Data Analytics class, if you have access to Coursera, the course you can actually explore Coursera. This part is also one of the parts that I actually just mentioned, so that you can actually use them to notice um, outliers. Yeah, we call it outliers or anomalies. We call them outliers or anomalies. So if you want to spot your outliers, you want to spot your anomalies, you want to look at your indicators, if you have to look at your table, this guy is most times our wrong tool. So what about if you want to take top 10%, let's say top 10%, you want to look at top 10% of the class, the top 10% of the class, let's see. So we have, you can see them in green already. These are the top 10% of the class. These are the top 10% of the class. So your top 10% means that if you have about, you don't have up to 46 in class. If you have about 44 in class, that would be about that would be about 4 point something persons or maybe 5%. So if you count this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 94. We have got for 1, 2, 3, and 4. So these are some 10%. So this is a 4%. This and this guy by second position, 540, 540, and then this is the first position, 529. You are clear. You are done with the first part. You are done with the first part. So and then it's another function that you can actually use later on if you are learning if you are learning Excel in detail is ranking. How to use Excel to rank these guys so that Excel will be able to give them positions without you discussing yourself at all. Excel can actually perform that also. The rank. Excel can perform that also. So now we have discussed about pivot about container formatting. Let's see our pivot table. Let's look at our pivot table. You are running a business. You are running a business, and your business you have a data set like you have your sales order, you want to look at your date, you have your invoice number, the invoice of your invoice. I mentioned to you that if you are running a business, if you don't have an invoice, you are wrong. I've mentioned that before, and I'm saying it again. So if you need an, or if your friend has a business and they don't have invoice, they are wrong. Because the truth is, it helps them in bookkeeping to document how their business is going over the year. So if you want to ensure that your business is going, make sure you have an invoice. Have bookkeeping generally. Make sure you bookkeep. So the name of your customer, this and that, your product, your country, your unit, this and this and this. So for example, we want to conduct some little analysis. We want to see things happen on our data set. We want to see things happen in our store. Then one of the best guy I will recommend for you is the pivot table. Pivot table is actually a table. But then what the table is about? It helps you to summarize everything we have on this the general table. Pivot table is also a table like this. But then it helps you to summarize what is happening on your table. For example, you have your product, you have a lot of products over here. If you want to know your best selling product, that is the product that you are making best much money from every time. The truth is, you cannot to know it over here, it might be a kind of little bit difficult. But then you can see it easily and faster on Pivot table. If you want to see how much you are making from each of these payment methods, so that you can know the best payment method to adopt, the best way to go and look at it easily is your pivot table. If you want to see your sales rep that is performing better, you want to see the best half of the year, best sales rep of the year, the best that generate if you have marketers on your team, and then you want to see the person that generating revenue for you, you are looking for someone that is not playing that way. You know, people always look for marketers that they will not play with. They will the marketer ask them for this and that. They are ready to give to them because they are money making machines. They are not generating most of the revenue for the company. So let's get on our other table and see what's happening over there. So you can come over here, insert. You can come over here, insert. And then on our insert, there is this guy over here under our table. It is called pivot table. There's this guy over here called pivot table. Click on this guy, then when we click on this guy, it will bring our a box for us. And in the box, can you see that because we are on the table at the moment, it has picked the table for us automatically. That's the purpose of using table. It has picked the table for us automatically. It has picked the table for us automatically. So we can just do new worksheet and then click on our OK. So now This is your pivot table. On the right hand side of the pivot table, you have what we call pivot table field. What is pivot table field? Your pivot table, from your pivot table field, you can control what you want to see on your table. From your pivot table field, you can control what you want to see on your table. So over here, it will give a summary of all the columns you have. It is a summary of all the columns you have. Can you see date, invoice number? Let's go back here. Can you see date, invoice number, customer, product, quantity, unit, total price, payment method, state certificate. Let's go back there. You see date, invoice number, customer name, product, quantity, unit price, total, payment method, state certificate. So this one has helped us to kind of, let me the word, aggregate our table. That's helped us to aggregate our table, and then we have our table in a kind of more easy to feel area. So now, the first question we want to answer, is, what is our best selling product? What is our best selling product? These are the products we have in store. These are the total amount of money we are making for from each of these products. So we want to see how many, all the numbers of time we've said in so we get see how much in total has it made for us. For B, how much in total has it made for us. For E, how much in total has it made for us. For A, how much in total has it made for us. So that we can see the one that is generating the highest revenue for us or for our company. How can we do that? Let's come back here. So on here, we are looking for our product. So we can bring our product, this is our product, we can bring it to our row. So these are the fields. Our product, we can bring our product to our row. So now, for the values, we are looking for our sum of each of these guys so that we can see the one that is performing best. So we can do total price and put it under our value. Can you see? So over here, we have our sum of each one of them. Let me change this to dollar. I told you in SynthAnalytics, we are not dealing with Naira again. We are big guys. We are dealing with dollar. So that you guys will not be thinking, oh, it's just 2,000 Naira. No, this is product A. Project A is producing 1.605 in revenue. B is producing 2.505 in revenue. C is producing 2,000 in revenue, and each one of them. Now, which one is the highest? Now let's do our we can easily introduce our charts. In fact, we can easily introduce our charts, recommended charts, and then with this guy, let's see. Okay. So this graph is showing us the performance of our product. This guy is showing us the performance of our product. You can see, even from this chart, which one is performing best? Wow. We have 2,505 here. We have this here. Let me label this. Total label. Yeah. So this guy is the highest selling product. He gets B. This guy is the second highest selling product. He gets B. Which one is the lowest? He gets A. These are lowest selling product. So with this, we can have a quick look of what is happening in our market, in our sales. And then that is not all. As long as we are dealing with voluminous data sets, we have so many charts that we can use. Let's have a quick look into some of the charts we have. We have what we call column charts. Under the column chart, we have fact column, we have the profit column. These are our profit column, these are fact column. And then we have the 100% of them, and then we have our previous columns. So for the line, we have something we call line graph. Line graph. We did mathematics or physics. There's always a plotting of graph in your YX. So the YX, the graph there is something you can actually achieve also with this graph. Even your the YDX is something you calculate on Excel. All this your the YDX and the life, and then all this your starter. Yeah, we have one guy over here that is starter diagram. That's exactly what we're looking for the practical. This guy, your scatter diagram, your X and Y. So this is a scatter diagram. It won't work on our pivot table. It only works directly on our table. The scatter diagram does not work directly on your pivot table. So we have our line graph, we have our fact line also, we have our line with marker, then we have your pie. We have your pie. You have your pie. Under your pie, we have this is what we call pie chart. These are basic things we actually know from our secondary school days. And then the truth is, this is that we know from our secondary school days that we have been asking ourselves, what is the meaning of all these things? Who are these things? How am I going to use all these things? But the truth is, now to grow your business or to grow anyone's business, the truth is, these guys are one of the pivot things that you are looking for. These guys are one of the pivot things. These are the because you will be able. There's something I work with a man at a particular point in time. I work with a man as a project manager on his project. The way I was trained was that you have to write your story, make it more comprehensive so that you'll be able to understand whatever you are saying and the like. This man just called at the time and said, "Look, you know that I don't have time to read all these things. This thing is too long. So what I want is executive summary. No, actually, that's what everybody's looking for now. What I want is executive something that I will just, even at like this, I will just be able to know, oh, this is what you're talking about, this is what you're talking about, and then I'll be able to give you my response immediately. And then one of the best ways to actually build a very high level of executive summary is using your chat. Your chat. So with this guy can easily help us to see the percentage contribution of all the widgets into our total revenue. We can change this from the value to percentage so that we can see the percentage of this one, percentage of this, percentage of this, percentage of this, so that we can know the one that's giving us the highest percentage when it comes to revenue generation. And this is your donut. I always tell my students, I love eating donuts. I just love the taste. I just love the view of donuts anytime I'm working. So, but then your donut give you the same vibe as your pie chart. Also, we have our bar chart. Apart from your column chart, we also have your bar chart also, and then we have all these our area charts to see what is happening as a kind of a coverage area. Then you have if you're dealing with your map, I've mentioned scatter before. If you're dealing with map, you have your map also. If you're dealing with your stock, we have stock market over here. I always tell you that one of these things that people always do in stock markets now is actually there are things that they can actually still do on the way. We have I've tried out of my own personal experience actually. I've tried downloading the data set of Bootcamp at a particular point in time, and I did what we call time series analysis on it. I did what we call time series analysis on it. And what the time series analysis will do is that we need to get trend. Also, in your markets, it's something that you should also be able to do. If you are running a business, especially on a commercial stage, there are things to be able to do to see the trend of your business, whether you are in uptrend or downtrend, or whether your trend is just one straight line. So with that, you can forecast what will happen in your business in the days to come or in the months to come. So that is that we have a lot of them, but then mostly the guys you beginning with majorly are your column, your line, your pie, and your bar chart. Majorly, those are the middle guys. Yeah, female, yeah, maybe, but then these are the middle guys you be dealing with. So now let me go back to our thoughts so far. So I've been able to touch on our conditional formatting now. I've been able to touch down on our pivot table now, and then we have created a pivot table, and then in fact we have created a graph, a chart already. We created a chart. We are able to create just a chart already. So now, so I've mentioned some types of chart and graphs available. I've mentioned the column, I've mentioned the use column, I've mentioned the line, I've mentioned so much the pie, and so much the bar. So now, how do we select the right chart for your data? How do you select the right chart for your data? This one is actually it depends mostly on the questions you are trying to answer. It depends mostly. For example, you are trying to see which of the products is the highest selling product in your store. Therefore, what you are doing at that particular point in time is called comparison. You are trying to compare the product. So for that, your bar chart will not be bad. Your bar chart will not be bad. Your column chart will not be bad. So, but then if you are looking at percentage contribution of each one of them to the total, then your pie chart will not be bad. So it depends on the questions you're trying to answer, whether in the business or in real life. That is what we inform the kind of tasks we are looking. So very fast, we'll be looking at our shared references. Very fast, we'll be looking at our shared references, and then we'll be looking at some popular functions, and then we'll be looking at our name range. So I will start with this. I will start with our name range. I'll start with our name range. I'll start with this guy, name range, and then let me see. These guys, these are the popular ones. I will go from the name range. I will go to our references and references, and then we can now place it with our popular functions because the functions are complex. You can keep doing function and function and function for the next even 2 hours if time permits. So let's get on our Excel. We have this guy over here. So let's assume these guys from here to here, let's assume they are together. You just want to assume it. Let's follow them differently. Let's say these guys from here to here, they are together. Let's give it another color. They are together. And from here to here, let's assume they are together. This is another color. Yeah, let's give this color, not that. So now we want to perform calculation on just these names. We want to sum them together. Possibly these are day, maybe these are week 1, maybe these are week 1, maybe these are week 2, and let's say these are week 3. Let's assume week 1, week 2, and week 3. Let's assume that's it. You know, we've done many ceremony for ourselves. We have done that ourselves. Each one of them has name F and F5, and then under this name box we have something we call F5. So, but then I can rename this. Renaming this because that is our week 1 is what we call our name range. Renaming all these guys now week 1 is what we call name range. How can I do that? I can easily come back to my name box over here and rename this one week 1 on my name box over here and click on my enter. So that's the one that if I come back over here, it will still be giving me this. It will still giving me this. But then if I click on everything again, can you see it is returning week 1. So let's see. Look at the user very soon. I want to name this guy week 2. Week 2. Enter. Let's confirm it from here to here. Week 2. Confirm. So let's say week 3 to week 3. From here to here. This is our week 3. Week 3. Enter. So if I want to do some basic function, some basic calculation, if I want to do some basic calculation, let's say what is the sum of product in week 1, week 2, week 2, and then week 3. So instead of going up there to go and be looking for it, I can do equals to sum into brackets week times week 1, and then close this and then enter. This is 470. If I want to look for week 2, sum into brackets week 2, close the bracket, equals to sum into brackets week 3, close the bracket. So this is basically what your name range does. So let's try and sum this up. Let's try and sum this guy up. Let's see if we are correct. So alt equals to what this guy thinks. Is that it? Something to equals to no. And here to the year. Thank you. The same 10,090. 10,090. So we are correct. So that's simply how to do your name range. So now, moving from name range, we are talking about that we have referencing. And then this leads to our next assignment that everybody that you have to attend anyway. It's not under compulsion. So we call it referencing. Referencing. On a Z, we have relative referencing, we have absolute referencing, and then we have mixed referencing. We have relative referencing, we have absolute referencing, and then we have our mixed referencing. What is your relative referencing? Let's start with that. Multiplication table 2. Multiplication. I love teaching this guy with multiplication table. Multiplication table. I love teaching this guy with multiplication table. Don't mind me. It's not as if I was so good in reciting with them, but then at least at least I can recite it now. At least I can, even if I can't recite it then, at least I can recite it now. So okay, so multiplication table 2. We also have 2 times 1, 2 times 2, 2 times 3, 2 times 4, 2 times 5, 2 times 6, 2 times 7, 2 times 8, 2 times 9, 2 times 10, 2 times 11, 2 times 12. Yeah. So this is one. We'll be explaining relative referencing with this. Now, you have seen another one before that they will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's start at 10. And then you do another 1, 2, if you're using 40 this, and 2, 3. Yeah, so I have this. The function I just use now is that I transpose. There's a function that allows you to copy and transpose on a Z. You just use copy and then you click on your transpose. So now, for this, you can easily do your equals to 2 times 1 field. By the time we are filling down, this down, if I fill this down now, it is correct. Can you see? The formula I gave this guy is that this one multiplied by this one. And then for this next one, Excel by default picks the referencing that this one multiplied by this one. By default, Excel picks that this is the referencing this one. So what Excel is doing over here is that it is following a pattern of the definition you are giving to me. So there is a pattern. For example, let's go and check the one that is not beside each other. Let's do 1. Let's put 2 here. Let's put 3 here. Let's put 4 here, and let's come over here. Let's put 5. Let's put 6. Let's put 7. Let's put 7 here. Let's just put random number. Let's just fill each box with random number. So let's assume I'm even coming to this extreme end. Now this equals to whatever is here multiplied by whatever is here. Enter. This one will be correct. 1 multiplied by 5. Now let's fill it down like we did the other time. Can you see that over here we're having this one multiplied by this one multiplied by this one multiplied by this one multiplied by this. So the fact that we have values over here and we don't have any value over here, we have our 0. So what this guy is telling us is the fact that Excel understands the pattern of we pick 1 here, we pick 1 here, and it counted the numbers of rows of like 1, 2, 3. Excel counted that, and then when it is counting the second one, it did the same thing. Here, 1, 2, 3. So the same way you don't, Excel is counting it 1, 2, 3. The same way you don't, Excel is counting it. Pick any one of them 1, 2, 3. The same way, even this one has given us 0. Can you see? Here, 1, 2, 3. So this is called pattern. Excel is looking at the pattern you gave as an instruction to populate for all. So this is what we call our relative referencing. That is the first referencing on Excel. So Excel populates your formula based on the pattern you first given. So it makes it relative to your first example. You know, quantitative reasoning, they do an example for you anyway, not the Nigerian quantitative reasoning that we have nowadays. The formula for personal one, we're not talking about. But then on the norms, it can, just like you are doing a prototype, you are doing a prototype and you are asked to regenerate based on your prototype. So definitely, if you use the formula of the prototype just to populate all that, that's what we call your relative referencing. And then it can easily work over here because we have given in the instruction of this that multiply by this multiply by this, and it's populating it across board for every one of them. But then the reverse will be the case over here. Because over here, we want to do this one multiplied by this one. 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 So let's try and do it also equals to this one multiplied by this one. 1 times 1 equals to 1. Yeah, that one is correct. So let's populate it down. Wow. Wow, this is a lot. 1 times 12 equals to 4 points. Let's say 1 times 8. This is 40,320. You know, this is a lot. But then, however, our Excel is not wrong. However, our Excel is not wrong. Why is Excel not wrong? Our Excel is not wrong because the formula we gave this guy is that this one multiplied by this. So if you notice the pattern, Excel will keep doing the same thing. This one multiplied by this. Excel will keep doing the same thing. Pick the one on top, pick the one beside. Excel will keep doing the same thing. Pick the one on top, pick the one beside. Excel will keep the same thing. Pick the one on top, pick the one beside. That is called pattern. It is relative referencing. There is no other way to do it. There is no other way to do it. However, what about if I don't want to have this rubbish? I can't submit this. This is just not working. How can you tell me that one time 12 is how many thousand cells? This is about 479 million. This is 479 million for 1 times 12. So it shows that this is actually not working. So this will now lead us to what we call absolute referencing. Absolute referencing. In absolute referencing, there's something we call locking of cells. Note this very well. In absolute referencing, there's something we call locking of cells. And there's one guy we always use to lock ourselves. It is called dollar sign. You know, dollar is just popular everywhere. In fact, dollar is very important on Excel too. Like everybody is just looking for dollars. Everybody is just looking for dollars. They're also looking for dollars. I'm also looking for dollars. So we have this dollar sign as it's very, very important for achieving what we have in mind. So let's run over this before we call it a night, and then I will do this one. I will do this one, and then your assignment will be that you do from here to this place. Don't worry, it's not a compulsory assignment. But then if you submit the assignment, you can send it to me even before the next class. I will go through all your assignments. I can promise you that. No matter how busy my schedule is, even if you're 1,000, even if it's 1,000 assignments, I will go through everything. Don't worry. So I want to do this multiplied by this. But then something will be constant all through. Something will be constant all through. This guy over here will be constant all through. I want to multiply this one by this one. 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 I want to multiply this one by this one. I want to multiply this one by this one. I want to multiply this one by everything on this place. So that means that I have to lock this cell. Absolutely. I have to lock this guy. Absolutely. So if once I lock it, it will just pick that cell across board for every one of them. I have to lock it. Like just tell it, guy, don't move. If you move, I will shoot you down. You have to tell him that. If even if you attempt to move, I will. In fact, you not want to do that. Just go and buy padlock and tie him to one strong tree so that he will not even be able to move at all. So how can we tie this guy down? So let's say equals to this is our constant multiplied by this. This is our formula. Our formula is correct like this. However, we said that we want this guy to be across the constant for every one of them here. So we have to log this guy. How can we log this guy? Number one thing is that I've taught you how to know the name of this guy. What is the name of this guy? The surname is G. The first name is 7. The surname is G. The first name is 7. So this is our cell G7. This is our cell G7, and you can see the name over here, cell G7. So we want G7 to be across board for all these guys. How can we do that? We are going to introduce our dollar sign over here, and then in front of 7 also, we are going to introduce our dollar sign. So we have dollar sign in front of the P, in front of the surname, and then we have dollar sign in front of the first name. So dollar G, dollar 7, dollar G, dollar 7. So we have our dollar in front of it. What the function your dollar is doing at this particular point in time is that it is locking your cell. It's just like buying a padlock. You know, when I was in boarding house then, we always buy to coats. Like they cannot call a coat then. It's always believed that there's nobody that can actually use another key to unlock the coats padlock. No, but enough. You know how foreign tactics can be. So we have this is like our coat padlock. The coat padlock is a kind of our top security padlock that we are using to lock our G7 so that nobody will be able to change it at all. So let's click on our enter. Since we have clicked on our enter, now let's fill down like we have been filling down for others. So let's see the magic. Can you see? We have all our guys intact. 1 times 1, 1, 1 times 2, 2, 1 times 12, 12, compared to what we had before. That 1 times 12 is giving us 429 million. Let me repeat it again for this guy. This is our guy H7. This is our guy H7. So if I want to do it again for H7, I can do equal to your H7 multiplied by this your guy. You are multiplying by all two all day. So I said you will lock your constant. Our tools are constant. Our H7s are constant. So I can lock this guy lock, and then lock this guy lock, and then click on my enter. So after locking, I can drag this guy down. So this one will give us the answer 8 times 12 in the board. This is correct. So let me do it again without locking. Equal to, if we are not locking this time around, this one multiplied by this one. You know, we have been dragging down. So let's drag this one down. Can you see? This is totally wrong. This is totally wrong. This is totally wrong. So it shows us that you have to just reference it absolutely. Absolutely. So this is your relative referencing, and then this is your absolute referencing. This is your absolute referencing. You can delete this. In just tomorrow, I want you guys to lay your hand on the remaining part of your multiplication table, and then
sorry, I have a question.
Okay, Mr. Kennedy, although I already mentioned that you can always be getting your question in the chat box, but then you can ask your question very fast before I run for another meeting.
Okay, and my network really just ran out before that time. So I've been having issues with that absolute referencing and the relative preferencing. Like I know how to I would say like choose it, but can you please rephrase where you use absolute preferencing? Like the dollar sign, obviously I know about that. I know how to do that, but I get confused a lot. So can you please do this example again, at least one, please?
Okay, thank you. So, okay, no problem with that. Let me just quickly delete this. I don't want to do this thing for you so that you do it yourself. I don't want to do this for you. So let's go over it again. Equals to, I said that to use your referencing, you have to understand, you have to know your constant. You have to know your constant. So over here, our constant is this is to the 2. This is the 2. So this 2 over here is our constant. So I'm picking the constant. This is our constant. To multiply by this, these are our variables. These are our variables. So we are multiplying our constants by our variables from our 1 to our 12. So because these guys are constants, and then we know that if we drag down like this, it will not give us the right answer. This will be an error. Then we have to do what we call absolute referencing. I told you that referencing, your absolute referencing is you locking your cell. So we want to lock this particular cell. We want to lock the cell H7. So, and then locking it, you have to introduce what we call our dollar sign over there. So, how are we going to do it accurately? You are going to put dollars in front of your H, and then you are going to put dollar in front of your 7. You put dollars in front of your H, you put dollars in front of your 7. then this is called absolute referencing. What about if you have just dollar in front of your H and it's not in front of your 7? Yeah, it is possible. It work. This is what we call mixed referencing. This guy is what we call mixed referencing. Where you lock this time around, what you are locking is just your column. You are locking your column. You are locking your column. If you put dollar sign just in front of your 7, you are locking just your row. You are locking just your row. You are looking just to a row. So where these guys always play out is how you are actually working on your data sets. If you are working in a diagonally, if you are working vertically, if you are working on a data set vertically, then you know that you are going to lock your row. But then if you are working your column rather, if you are working horizontally, then you know that you lock your row. So but then in a situation whereby you just need this particular cell that you don't need to really be sorting yourself, just lock both and then click on your enter. So then you can do what? You can do our fill down, Control D. You can do our fill down, Control D. And with this, we have our results that is actually fine. We have our results to be fine. I think that answers your question. So
That's
please,
really clear.
if
Yeah,
you have
thank
another
you.
question, if you have another question, please, you can use the question form on the question Google form that was sent to the group page. I checked the question there yesterday. One of the things that were asked is access to the recording, access to the recording, access to the recording. Yeah, you might get access to the recording. You might. In fact, most likely you should get access to the recording. Once you register with your email, you should get access to the recording. It's safe. But then, as much as possible, let's come around to class and participate. And then, yeah, just like I said, access to the recording might not be readily available. Like you are done with class tonight, and then you get it tomorrow. You are done with class tonight, you get it tomorrow. It might not be readily available like that. But then, I should be able to assure that by next week, all the recordings of the class will actually be 100% ready. It should be 100% ready. It should be 100% ready. So with that, we have come to the end of our class for tonight. Thank you so much, guys, for coming around. And if you have any question, I'll tell them to drop the link to the question folder again so that you can drop your question as a guest tomorrow. And then your question will be addressed in class as fast as possible. So thank you so much for tonight. And let me say, have a wonderful night rest. Good night, everyone.